So what's up, amigos? Sorry about the crash. Track ID is Erbor Radablast. Yeah, it's a friend of Vikrant, I think, from India. Nice, cool sounds. I think I'll let you start with the roasting, man. So what do you think? Oh, you're still on the track, yeah? Maybe. Okay. Can you hear me, Cabron?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, yeah, cool. So, but you're hearing probably the stream, no? Like, or well, okay. So, what do you think of the track, man? What do you think?
Well, I need to hear it a little more. I just could get like a 30-second glimpse of it. It sounded nice to me.
Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, shit, sorry. So the stream kind of broke down, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I had one too many things open, so I just stopped the stream, the streaming things there. I don't know why they're like taking so much. It's like, it's one. Okay, yeah, cool. If it broke down, I'll play it again because this was like really like the first time that the actual audio of the stream goes off. Wait, guys, one more. Let me just. Okay, no, I have it here actually. I have it here. Rada Blastos.
So Erebor is a project by Avon. Is not my friend. I mean, he can be my friend if he wants to. But yeah,
Okay.
I got confused with someone else.
Ivan Alvarado. Yeah, I know Ivan. He's a good mate. So okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna play it again. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope this don't break down again. I think it won't. You know, it was just like it was the little things on the stream.
the spirits of the dead.
Okay, I hope you could hear that, all of you guys. Was the stream kind of okay? I hope.
Yeah, stream was all right.
Cool, cool. So now you could hear.
I'm not sure what that double kick was. Was that part of the track or was it glitching?
Yeah,
I was a little confused.
the double kicks, I think they're part of the track. They're inside the arrangement, you know. And they're completely out of grid. That's why I noticed. Like some of them are completely out of the grid. They're on the 32 instead of the 16th. And yeah, like generally when you put a kick inside, like you take the bass out, so it's not doubling up with those frequencies, especially because the kick, as I mentioned, has a very big lump from around 150 hertz to around like 300 hertz. And then it's dipping down completely until like 800 or like 1000 hertz, which is basically the main tap, the main body of the kick and bass. Yeah. So that is making a really unbalanced spectrum. Like I would say like that should be really, really looked into. Like I'm pretty sure like it's just either the kick, you know, like you just EQ it really roughly there, and yeah, it just needs like a smaller bands. Like when I cue my kick and bass, I use like kind of wide bands, but not too much. Like the actual sound of the kick should be already right, you know, from the beginning, instead of like being over EQing stuff. Yeah, no. The mud is from the EQ. The mud is from the EQ. Your kick has like, if you see the spectrum here, like I was pointing it out, you have like the low end, which is kind of fine, and then you have your kick that goes like whomp, like a big damn lump from up to here, up to 250 hertz, and then it starts going down to like 800, and then it goes up. So the mud is all this, you know, like you have a big lump of like 20 decibels here, you know. That is huge, you know. Like if I have a lump here on the bass, I'll keep the lump more or less straight up to like 120, 150 something, and then it goes down so it doesn't feel like a bucket in your face, you know, like a doof, doof, doof. That you want to take out that shit. And then it goes down a little bit, and you don't really want to EQ too much out of the mid-range, because this is the body of the kick. And then it kind of goes forward, you know, like straight. And this is the best way for me, I found, to get full spectrum, you know, full spectrum. You'll end up sometimes dipping more, dipping less, you know, but this huge dip of 20 decibels to 80 hertz to 800 hertz is like, whoa, it's huge. What do you think, man?
Yeah, that's exactly what needs to be done to the track. I think a little bit of multi-band compression can help in that region. You can go for some upward compression if you know how that works.
I would either like remove the EQ that he has, you know, and like start over those EQing again, or even like remove the kick and start from fresh kick.
That would be the best, yes, to make the kick all over again.
Yeah, the kick is completely wrong there, and if it's already processed, then like I'd start again. And if you can just remove the process and start the process again with something a little bit more linear, you know, like would be best. I think also, as you mentioned, the high end is brittle. That's also because, you know, you have that lump there on the high end, and then everything, all the synths are pushing there. So, and
Yeah,
you get like
that's the
sometimes
reason.
you get synths peaking like 10 decibels over the mix line, what I would call the mix line. Yeah, -10, -11, the kick and bass should be okay, you know, like as a peak level, you know, on RMS, you need to see that like the kick is boosting more than the bass, but not too much, you know, like if you see our track, like how it's mixed, if you kind of understand how to analyze this with the DG check, guys, um, and I can play it again just like so you see the kick and bass. Well, I'll just turn it down so you hear in the background.
And
And you,
and guys who don't have DigiCheck for RMS, there's a supplementary plugin from Voxengo. It's called AnSpec.
yeah, it's the best. That one is looks the
It's
same, and it's free, I think.
it's exactly so. Yeah. It's a free plugin. Please download that. It's called AnSpec.
Yeah,
It's really helpful.
it's the best. It really looks exactly the same as this analyzer, so we
Yeah.
can all look at the same things. That's a really good tip, man. I don't think I've ever mentioned that, or maybe no, yeah, I think maybe once, but yeah, AnSpec, AN spec. So look at this kick and bass. Yeah, like just look at the spectrum here. Oh, is this? Oh yeah, this is really. So you see how you see the kick here, yeah? It's kicking here. This is the frequency that the kick is like hitting. And then this is part of the bass. This is part of the bass, you know? Then this is part of the bass. And the bass is going here. You see it all the way here, you know? And then the synths are peaking more or less where the kick is peaking. You know, so the sounds and all the mix is kind of following the kick spectrum. You know what I mean? And then the tops, you know, like the percussions and everything, is just topping up this part of the spectrum up to like 12K. You know, like you don't want anything on 12K louder than 10K. So like your peak on the high end should be 10K, and then starts rolling off. You know, and that I think is pretty balanced spectrum. Yeah, like you sometimes you can dip down here more. You see here the dip is from -5 to like minus, you know, like 12 or something. So it's like 7 dB. It's kind of fine, you know, like no. And if your track doesn't sound good, man, Octopulse, don't worry. Like this is even I think it's more useful. It's more useful when the track doesn't sound good. You know, we can really tell you what you're doing wrong. So yeah, you know, I hope this is useful. Like you want the kick and the bass to be following more or less that spectrum. You don't want. It depends on the kick envelope. You know, if the pitch envelope of the kick is rightly done, you can have it almost flat, and it will sound right. You know, if the kick is not right, then you know, you'll have to start using the amp envelope more, you know, but the pitch envelope on the kick is what's making the kick, you know. So as long as the pitch envelope is right, you'll need minimum equalization and anything like just EQ and compressor and stuff. So if you want to just say it now or shut up forever, you know, it's like on a wedding. Like tell us anything else you think, man.
Prep for your kicks. That's the only tip I can give you. Use reference tracks.
Yeah.
If till the time you have not tuned your own ear to the frequencies that you want, please, I cannot emphasize enough. Bring out a track that you really like. Screw the arrangement, screw everything else. Just balance your kick and low end with a reference track, and trust me, half a job will be done right in there. Put out an equalizer, pull out a span or AnSpec or whatever you have, and just see how the kick of a reference track is peaking. What are the frequencies are topping, you know, and then match your kick with that. I think that's the only tip I can give. And with time, your ears will get so used to those frequencies that you won't even need a reference track anymore. You will just know what is right and what is not.
Exactly. No, man, like, I kind of know what is right and wrong, you know, but like the other day, like literally 2 weeks ago, I put on a track from this guy Blastoise, and I was just like, whoa, my kick and bass sounds like ass, you know. So I just started compressing more and doing like a little bit more like getting it to the top, you know, to your face. And now, you know, like I think now my mixing is way better, like just from listening to that reference and trying and
Yeah.
going in and like, okay, there is less sub here, okay, there is more bass here, okay, this sounds like there needs more distortion on this region, so like maybe put some multiband distortion here, maybe less dynamic, you know, like, you know what I mean, like you just start like trying to shape, so like you know, mute everything and just like press solo on that track, and then like whatever you
Yeah.
pick up, mute that track and try to do it to your bass, and then go back to that track and pick up something else, and then go back to your track, and you know, and this way, like this, for me anyways, like just trying to learn sound quality. There is no other way except like analyzing and listening and like going
Yeah.
that extra mile to really understand what the other person is doing differently. And I think that is, I don't know, as one of the biggest things, you know, like try also like in terms of arrangements, trying a track that you really like on top and like actually going through and building it up underneath it, you know, like all the track, you know, maybe with a bit different sounds, but try to do it exactly the same, you know, and then you kind of see what they are doing with the sounds, you know, what they are doing with the arrangement, how they're placing their builds, their breaks, you know. Sometimes it's even more simple than what you think, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more simple, the more better it's going to work for the track. Don't try to complicate it. Don't try to make it too complex.
Yeah.
It never works out really. The more simple, the more better. And try not to mix too many elements in one layer, because understand one thing: our ears are not capable of taking more than 2 or 3 or maximum 4 sounds at once. More than that, our ears are going to get confused. So
Yeah.
at any given point in a track, try to have just maximum 3 or 4 sounds,
Yeah.
and use your delays and use your reverbs, make those 3 or 4 sounds stand out, and then go to the next part of the track, add more sounds, different sounds, but keep
Take
it
some
to
out.
3 or 4 sounds.
Yeah. Yeah, or just take some out, or like, you know, like you'll have
Yeah.
some sounds that are more repeating, so then you like just flip
Yeah.
them and just like one yes, one no, and then you put something else and
Yeah.
start Tetris, you know, like. But I think, well, how I start building sections, you know, is like normally what you want on a section. Yeah, well, you want something in the background, so like something patty or something like of like a reverby or something that is like just like an effect that is like just splashing,
Yeah.
you know. Then you'll want
Yeah.
something like a grid sound, but not too much, because if not, you get into a grid part, you know, and then that's like, you know, you just complex. So the grid parts are good for me, you know, like to going out from leads, to going out from like straightforward parts, you know, that you have like one lead and then one company sound that is like kind of going with the lead, kind of making it twist in a different way. And then at some point, you know, like maybe you'll add some top up sound, and those are the 4 sounds that you're talking about. Maybe the grid behind it maybe will be 2 sounds, but never in the same moment, you know, like you'll have one in one bar, and
Correct.
then 2 bars later you'll have another different sound that's just, but it's still 1, 2, 3, 4 sounds all at the same time. You don't want more than that, or you really just like your brain can't really, especially in
They can
loud
take it.
volume, it just sounds like a mess. But yeah, no, I think you know, however floats your boat, you can go you can go around making a track like, you know, many different ways. We're just talking about, you know, our view of things. I hope it helps. This is, wait, we had a couple other tracks we have, wait, yeah, because we're talking like crazy women. No,
Yeah,
sorry,
we
that is
have more
very bad.
tracks.
That is bad to say. We're talking like crazy guys.
We have a track by Ben Solo Sai.
Ben Solo, wait. Yeah, we have the Alien Pilot. Wait, I have the. Let me just send you the track here. Where do I send it to? I don't have you. I hope it's okay, but I'll post it on the chat here to the private track.
But you will have to play it from your end, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it because it's a private
Yeah.
track. Better to just do it like that. Okay, so it's Alien Pilot, and we're doing this.
I gotta be perfectly honest with you guys. I don't know anything about tracking chickens. I just did it for the free liquor.
Be all right? For to make himself to do things, gonna gooder the family up around and gooder it up.
Get you fucking drunk. Drop a liquor into me, I'm gonna fucking snap. sometimes it doesn't. You didn't go. That's the way she goes.
Yeah, and cool samples and really, really good mix. Like very, very nice flow. I really like the sounds. I think in that last section, the reason why I say this is because the bass is like it's going on places that it shouldn't. You know, it's like weird notes on the scale, or not on the scale. The sample is killer. But yeah, I think in that section in the end that has like the weird bass notes, just check that it's everything on scale, because I'm pretty sure there's a few things that should be a bit moved. Other than that, killer, man. I think the kick is tapping a bit too much compared to the bass.
Yes, I was about to say that.
Yeah, like the
It's
bass.
a little bit. It's a little pitched up. The kick needs to be a little subtle for my taste. That's just my personal opinion. For me, it's a little pitchy. You know what I mean? When you just draw the envelope of the pitch of the kick, it's like boom, boom, boom. It's like that.
Yeah, no, I think like the kick, for me, like the kick's fine. Yeah, like it doesn't sound bad. It's just a little bit like woody. So like like 500 hertz or something around there, maybe 800. Like maybe I would dip a little bit down, or just check that the bass is not dipped down around those frequencies, because that might make the kick feel like it has too much power there. You know, like what I'm saying before, like the kick and the bass should kind of follow each other. And the closer the better, like as long as the kick has enough, like 2 or 3 decibels RMS more than the bass, then that is fine, but and then the closer the better. And like if the kick is going like this, and then going down here, and the bass is going like this, well, the kick is gonna sound like it has too much here. And it's right, like the bass would need a little bit more here to fill up that space and to make them both feel like one thing. But yeah. Great mix, man. Like I can hear the improvement from the first ones to this one. Good stuff, man. Good stuffing. So you got any more advice? More advice for?
No, I think you've given your suggestion. I think that's exactly what I wanted to say.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's like it's that little like fatness in the bass, it's like it's just filling up the gaps between the bass and the kick, I think. Also,
take care of that.
You go for it.
Yeah, the honk area of the kick.
Yeah.
That needs to be dipped a little, and the bass will come out more.
Yeah, totally.
So
yeah, either that, or like if you want the kick like that present, then you have to push the bass a little bit more on the first, second, maybe third harmonic, so it's a little bit more present on that area, and then it kind of feels more of a cushion. What I've been doing lately is like, I don't know if you guys use Cubase, but on anywhere you can use Isotope Trash or something that is like multiband, or like Saturn kind of doesn't do it. I feel you kind of need a fuzz box, but like Trash has fuzz. I'm using Quadra Fuzz, and I'm just like narrowing down like the 2 first bands, and using I can't remember which one, but like you should measure it and just like drive the fuck out of that, and also like use the gate to get the dynamic really tight. But this way, like I'm getting really percussive mid bass that like I couldn't get before, and you should try that. It's good fun.
And also you can use this plugin to boost up your low end. It's the Pultec style EQ from Acoustica.
Yeah.
It's a free plugin, by the way. It's a free plugin. It's called the Titanium Bass Start.
Yes.
It's one of the best free plugins I have actually come across. Please note it down. It's by Acoustica, called the Titanium Bass Start. It's free. Just download it, use it on your buses, use it on your kicks, use it on your basses. You will see the difference. The moment you just put it on, you will feel that warmth that you talk about in your low end, that it's just going to come out. And then you can boost and attenuate at the same time. Of course, it's Pultec style, so you know how it's going to be.
Oh, it's amazing that Pultec. Like Acoustica has a couple of freebies that are really, really good, and
They're fucking killer.
yeah, all the freebies are amazing. Everything is amazing, man. But man, like to give
Yeah.
away, they have like 4 or 5 different plugins that are free. The only thing that is not free is how much processor they take. Like they really, really take a toll. But if you have a good computer, it's nothing. You know, like you can put like 30 or 40. You know, it doesn't matter. But you have limited
Yeah.
space like me, like limited processing power, then yeah, you're gonna hit your head on the
You're
road.
doomed.
Yeah, you're gonna hit your head on the road because you're gonna want to use them all the time, and you're not gonna be able to. But they're great, and for like small stuff, like for example, for like doing the bass, well, you'll just need one on the bass group or whatever, you know, like just on the summing, just to get it like tight. But yeah, these are all really, really nice tips, which lead, well, I guess, you know, that could be our just the tip. We're giving you just the tip for today, and and that is a pretty good tips from Vikrant. And I hope, yeah, titanium is amazing. The Titanium 3, I think it's emulating what, the TubeTech multiband.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how it sounds. It's really, really good. Bastard. So yeah, man. Wait, we have one tracks from Macaulay now. I downloaded it earlier. Macaulay Cosmic Circus, motherfucker. Okay, wait. Why am I doing this? Okay, do this. This is WAV. Yeah, should be opening there.
Also, guys, I'm sharing this link to you. If in case you want to learn more about this, is the workshop we did. Patricio Tron was also part of this workshop.
Yeah.
It's called Global Alliance. Check this link out, and you have some really amazing artists from, old school guys like Paranormal Attack to Earth Space, Tron himself, Neuromotor, Raver, Heiko, and more artists. It's like 80 hours of online learning. It's gold information in there. So if you guys are ever interested in checking the courses out on this, we have already done it, but the recordings are available. They're high quality recordings, and Kala and Yudhishthira, of course. You can really get some amazing information, like we all did. I mean, that's what I got to know. Even from the instructors that were teaching this the stuff, were like, wow, they were blown away by the information that they received from all the other artists.
Yeah.
And this is information you'll never get on internet otherwise. Nowhere on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's hard to get like this specialized stuff, and also with people asking questions and getting answered, you know, at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you know, sometimes, you know, like I might tell you like my Serum kick and bass video, you know, it's like, okay, so you just use Serum, do this, do that, and then you have a kick and bass, no? But then you might have some questions of like, oh, why my kick is not sounding right? Oh, well, like check which octave you're using, you know, because like you might be like putting it too low and you're not getting the high frequencies with the pitch up, right? Or this kind of like really small details that I might have missed on the video that like you're gonna pick up because you're not getting to the right sound at the moment. No, so like that is very useful. But anyways, like this is already recorded. Like we might do another run at some point, right? But you can download the whole course, and really, it's surreal. What you know, like I learned a lot from there, a lot. Yeah, the links are there. The links are in the chat up, like two posts up. Can you post it again? Wait. Let me just.
Here it is.
Yeah, there you go, Natalia. So that is the course. It's especially about psytrance, but well, I mean, you know, most techniques you can use them anywhere, no? But it's how you use it. But yeah, so wait, we have another track here, and now this is going to be Macaulay, cabron. So
let's hear it.
Let's hear it. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam.
But for me, to this moment, DMT is just the most amazing thing in the universe.
Cool. Yeah, cool track. Um, I'll let you start, man. Come on, bring it on. Machita.
Really like the track. Very cool.
Yeah, man. What are you thinking, man?
Yeah. I, I like the whole kick and bass relationship. It's really pleasing to the ears. It's nice for me. The snare was a little funny, but that's okay, man. It can be worked on. Overall, the arrangement of the track killer. The sequences are killer. The grid work is amazing. What you've done, I can hear a lot of rhythmizer in action for some reason, and
Randomizer.
I hear how it's done. I can feel that.
Oh wow.
There's a very killer plugin for making grids. It's by this guy called Alter of Wisdom. It's called Alter Grid, Auto Grid.
Mm.
Uh,
For Ableton.
you can really make some. It's for Ableton, yes, and you can make some really killer grid work just using that plugin. I mean, you can feed in, I think, 8 synthesizers at once into that plugin, and it has 8 different channels, and each channel will have a different probability of playing a synthesizer. So you can have, and none of them will overlap. So if one is playing, the other will shut down. So you can have 8 different sounds playing on different probabilities, different lengths, and different styles. And so imagine the grid work you'll have after that.
Yeah, it's great. It's a mega randomizer.
Yeah, it's a mega randomizer. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's totally mega randomizer. Wait, sorry, I'm really low. So yeah, I usually don't use this kind of, well, don't use Ableton. I use randomness in a little bit different way because I kind of like where I like to know where my grids are going, unless it's like one of those crazy parts that you just want, like it's like one of those weird ones. But yeah, it's
Mm.
definitely very useful. Like, I've seen it in action. It looks amazing. But I don't use Ableton too much, so like I haven't used it. But yeah, man, awesome plugins. Also, there is there's is that the only one that does that? I guess
I
so.
mean,
Yeah.
that's the only one I know of. I
I think it's such
if
a. I've never seen anything that does
if
that before. That just like put 8 synths. 8 different sounds, like 8 different VSTs, like just like a big drum rack.
and that's not it. The best part is you can actually record them in MIDI. So you'll have 8 layers of MIDI channel with your MIDI notes, and yeah, with grid work of MIDI already recorded for you, so you can use that grid work later in the track and with other sounds as well. It's pretty
Yeah, it's
cool.
crazy. That is fucking crazy. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and use it at some point because I'm starting to teach someone on Ableton, and right now, she's very unexperienced, so it's still fine. But soon, she's going to know more of Ableton than me, and that is going to
we
be a
can have a
problem.
we can have a we can have a small session on just on grids,
Yeah,
me and you one day, for everyone,
yeah,
and I
no,
can
for
show
sure.
you how it's doing. Yeah.
That'd be really cool, actually. Yeah, yeah. That would be really good on Ableton without any plugins. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, well, with the latch, no, like the follow event on the audio, no, Macaulay. Follow event is really good.
Yeah,
Um,
follow events is cool.
so wait, we had some music also, like someone sent us more music to listen to, but I think it's gone all the way up in the chat and I can't access it. So if I think it was Ben Solo that sent the track, and Dan Tasanen. I'm not sure. I don't. I'm not sure if we listened to that one already. Bring it on.
Yeah, here
Yeah,
we
there you
have
go.
by
So this is another one. Oh, I want to see this auto grid in action. Do that. Yeah, we should do it really. Wait, let me just copy this into my smooth. Smooth. Okay. This is gonna be Optical human event. Oh, fuck again. Yeah, so this Discord that is just like breaking. I hope the stream is still on. What's going on? You guys can still hear me, yeah? Yeah, okay.
I can hear you, but I can't see you anymore.
You're back, you're back. Yeah, we're back. It's just yeah, I need a bigger computer. I'm already looking for it. But it's like I usually build my computer, no? So and now graphic cards are extra expensive, so it's probably easier to get one already done for gaming or something, you know, and just roll with that. Old track. I thought it was a new track you said. Okay. Let's listen to this track. Whoa, killer. We got another track there. Okay, cool. This is Danta Sane. Okay, cool, and we are back. No, Natalia, your SoundCloud link works. No, not like this. No, your SoundCloud links work, but okay, there is Ben Solo. Also, we have another track there. Wow, it's so many tracks in the end. Wait, so no, it was from Croix. Wait, copy. Let me just find this. We have 3 more tracks, so let's hope we have enough time to review them all. What do you think, man? Like, tell us your thoughts, Vikrant, amigo.
Love the old school vibe to the track. Really, the ideas that it's great ideas, but I think the mixing part really needs to be worked on, especially the upper mids and the highs. I think it's too much chaos happening in that region. The frequencies are really clashing with each other. I could hear spikes, not even see it, but I could hear the mid frequencies spiking. And I think that's really mudding up the whole. I wouldn't even call mudding up. It's just frequencies are masking each other a lot in the midsection and the upper harmonics. That's what I felt. But otherwise, the track ideas is good. The kick and bass, I don't know. The bass, I felt as if the phase is shifting. You know, it didn't feel consistent to me.
Yeah.
Maybe the phase. Yeah. So I can feel that. That's what I felt.
Yeah, no, definitely there is some tightness. Wait, whoa. There is some tightness to get from, to improve there. I mean, it's an old track. He was making these tracks ages ago, no? Like, 10 years, 12 years, something crazy like that. So that's where the old school vibes come from.
Yeah.
From the actual old schoolness. Okay, so
it can actually be a very killer track. It'll be a great track if it's mixed down properly. I think it's a great track otherwise.
Yeah, man, I think it has, well, he has potential, but he just hasn't been making music for quite some time. Oh, wait, I'm just gonna copy this. I hope this doesn't break the stream again. Oh.
Most of the
Oh, sorry.
most of the people, they are so concerned about kick and bass that they actually forget that it's actually not the most important part. That's what I feel. I think the most important part in your track is your actually mids and your highs. If those are not taken care of, your ears can fatigue. You will not be able to listen to the track for more than half a minute. It's okay if your kick and bass are weak and if it's not really pushing out from the speakers. But if your mids and highs are not taken care of, that's it. You're done. You're doomed.
Yeah, I think kind of the same way. Like, obviously, I think there is some sort of more straightforwardness on mixing kick and bass than on mixing the rest, and
yes,
for me, it's more difficult to get the mid-range kind of sitting completely right than the kick and bass sitting right, and maybe that's what you mean.
Yes.
It's just a matter of it's all matter of taste, right? Like, you can have your mids like on the right level and still they'd be too loud, and like you have to bring them down because they're not the accent of the phrase or whatever, no? Like on the kick and bass. And definitely I think, all the spectrum is important. No, I think, if the kick and bass are wrong, you get the foundations wrong. You can't really groove to a bad kick and bass. You can't really mix properly the mid range if your low end is not mixed properly. I think, anyways, because you need that cushion, like that correct cushion, for the rest to be leaning on, like to be like, But definitely, if you don't get the mid range right, doesn't matter if you have the best kick and bass, it still sucks.
What tips would you give this producer? What would you do to correct this mid range if it was like your production? What would you do?
Well, I think the first things that I said, which is like, the kick and bass need to kind of follow the bass need to kind of follow the kick, and everything around the mix kind of need to follow the kick as well. If you have a peak that is way too much louder than the kick on that region on the spectrum, you should maybe address it. You should compress it, or like EQ it down with a dynamic EQ if that's like what you need, or like, well. But I think, obviously there are some sounds or some tracks that, like, at some point, the kick and bass disappear, and maybe you have a big sample that is like peaking at some points that is way too much. Maybe that could be okay if that's what you want, a feature on the track that is right in your face and then like wonk. But it should never be too much, because then you remove the attention from the kick and bass, which should be like the leading part of the track, right? Like the thing that you are like, as the foundation. So I think, in terms of mix, like kick should be the loudest thing in terms of RMS, and like and like obviously on some of the sounds will poke through the kick, that is totally fine. It's actually correct that they poke through the kick, but not too much, a couple of dBs. So you can see them, like if you see it on Anspec, just like a couple of dBs that are like poking, that's totally fine. Like that is leading enough.
Also, guys, if you really want to take the production to the next level, start investing in plugins like Sooth 2. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's by this company called Oak Sound. Now, what Sooth 2 does is it's a resonance suppressor. It will start pulling down your unwanted frequencies, especially from your mid and high section, and it will really change the game for you. I've been using it for a long time now, and it's a game changer for me. I mean, it really does the job of suppressing resonances, and 60 to 70% of your mix is corrected right there. The moment you put that plugin on, it will show you where the resonances are going, and it's going to automatically start suppressing them. So yes, invest in good plugins. Of course, your ears are the must, but yes, technology helps.
Yeah, totally. Wait. Totally okay to send us a WeTransfer link. Yeah, totally. And yeah, no, like Sooth has been a game changer for me for mixing and for summing. It's also for like making squelches, like sound right without like that, that filter when you're sweeping the filter in the wrong part of the squelch. And, you can't avoid those things. What you can do is suppress them, and you can control them. You can use, dynamic EQs or like resonance suppressors, stuff like that. But yeah, like that is one of the best parts of technology, is like we're getting to a point where there is every tool available that you need, and you don't even have to imagine it, like it's already there. So yeah.
And you have EQs like Gulfos. It's amazing EQ. It's an intelligent EQ that will tame your unwanted frequency. It's not a suppressor, but it's an EQ. You are free to fiddle around with it, but it's an AI. It really does pinpoint the what do you call bad frequencies in your mix. It's called Gulfos. Also, guys, look into this plugin called Track Spacer. It's very cheap. It will again change your way how you're mixing tracks. It's basically a sidechain EQ. You can put your Track Spacer in one channel and sidechain it to another channel, and it's going to take the frequencies from the other channel that it's been sidechained to, and it's going to start suppressing the frequencies of the channel that's the EQ is on, the Track Spacer is on. And then you just dial how much you want it, and you will see how two layers will start to gel together.
Yeah, that's cool. That's how that's how the sidechain equalization works, right? And it's really cool. Like that is good for like for example, you get the voice, your voice sample, and you sidechain your leads or whatever to the voice channel, so when the voice poking out, like you can hear it better, right?
Yeah.
And you don't really feel like the other synth is going. It's more like the voice is like just poking out, and then the synth is coming back. No, so that is super cool. Smart EQ3. What do you think? I haven't really tried it yet. Whoa, 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 whoa. We have the WeTransfer link here. Wait, we have a few tracks. I'm not sure if we will be gonna be able to listen to all of them. Let's start from the first one was Ben Solo that he sent us the track like early in the early in the stream. So, yalla, let's do this. Cool. So nice track, really clean kick and bass. Very, very nice. Wait, let me just. Whoa. This might make a weird sound. Whoa. There you go. So yeah, nice kick and bass. Very, very nice. Cool track. I think that FM sound on 4 or 5K was like way too loud. You should take care of those frequencies because it's like, you know, what's the name of this thing? Fletcher Munson curve. Something like that. But yeah, it's like this curve of your ears that like whatever your ears can hear more is that frequency. Yeah. So yeah, look out for that. But yeah, otherwise really cool stuff.
It's a great track.
Yeah.
One tip I can give for FM sounds that works for me is try to make them on lower octaves. You will get more juicier FM leads, more juicier FMs. And yeah, I think that works for me really.
Yeah, definitely. I heard from Tristan also like one time is like, okay, if you want like that sweetness of the FM, you need at least 2 octaves between the actual sound and the FM
and the
source.
FM sound, yeah.
So yeah, like that's a good thing. But yeah, no, good stuff, man. Que pex, Cordero. ¿Cómo estamos, mi George? Rifado, el subscription. Rifado. So guys, if you want to support this channel and help us grow, if you want to subscribe to Ronald McDonald here on Twitch, that'd be really cool. George, thank you very much for the subscription. You're the best, man. And yeah, everything is blasting. Let's get to another track because we are very, very short on time already. We're going to Quercus. Landing Woods. So yeah, man, we're going to go straight up to it. Woo, let's do this. super nice sounds, I think. Definitely wrong mix. I'll let you start, man. Go on. Tell us what you think.
The sounds are amazing. The little glitchy micro sounds that are coming, very organic liquid stuff. But I felt now the sounds were too dry for some reason. Some of the sounds I felt they're a little dry. And also, again, the upper mids and the high frequencies are way out of their place. It's too sharp, too brittle. Need to work on that. I think most of the tracks that I've heard today, the ideas are amazing. Like what they're trying to achieve, it's great. But again, the implementation comes to the mix down, and I think mixing is something that will take time. That cannot come just by mixing is something you can't just learn and do. You really have to keep doing it to get it right. Even if you know the best tech, even if you know the best techniques, even if you know the best plugins, your ears are the ultimate tools that will guide you to a good mix. You can have the best arrangement, you can have the best ideas, but again, mixing is what takes a lot of time. And that's what I've realized today with all these tracks. They're amazing tracks. Like this one, I really like this track. It's different if you think about it.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. I like how he's playing with the sub.
yeah, no, but
Really like that.
the only thing is like definitely the kick is wrong. It's maybe too long, and it has that like do-boop, do-boop, do-boop that is like, you know, it probably has like a weird like equalization like down on like where is like the lump like 80 hertz or like because you have like a big like I can't hear it on my small speakers, but that's why I wanted to connect the PMCs now, because I could see that bit, but I couldn't hear it. And with the PMCs, it's like it's 100% obvious. It's just like a like you can't really feel the bass coming out because it's like that big bubble of a kick that is like was wait my microphone is way better there. So sorry guys. Yeah, PMCs are definitely useless in the bathroom. I was not there. Pachita, tell them. Don't let me. She won't let me lie. So no, like, but yeah, really, I think, you know, obviously the kick and bass need more work. You can't really like judge so well low frequencies on headphones. So you know, it's not entirely your fault. The rest of the stuff, definitely, yeah, I agree with you. Too dry. Mix needs maybe a little bit more compression on the mid range. You know, like the track is great. It's super fun. You know, it's like it's a fun track to listen to, but it just needs a bit more control. And you know, I think you know, the right amount of pressure and the right frequencies on the bass and kick makes a huge difference. You know, like it's the biggest thing is like just the right amount of pressure in every part of the spectrum. You know, and that's what a good mix is all about. So yeah, you know, like, well, it is already like midnight where you live. And, you know, normally the stream would finish right here. We still have 3 more tracks, and we won't be able to listen to all 3 of them. So we won't pick one. It's going to be by chance, yeah? So we got SJK, and we got, here's another one. Yeah, I accept this stuff, come on.
Whoever posts their track again right now, we can listen to that track.
Okay,
out
cool.
of all the 3.
Let's do it. Yeah, whoever posts the link first, we'll listen to that track first.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on. Who wants it more? Who wants this more? Mine is short. Okay.
Don't type. Just send the link. Come on.
Send the link, man. Come on. Bring it. Yeah, eventually when we get like the tracks, because this is my idea like from the beginning, yeah, like, oh, Natalia, she's winning. She won.
Natalia is the clear winner.
Yeah, she is like definitely on point, you know. Wait. This thing is going crazy. Okay, appreciate all the
But yeah,
feedback.
something is happening with the stream.
Oh, sorry, Panoscal. Natalia beat you to it. Like, we still have 3 tracks, but I'll keep your link. Like, I'll download the track and we'll review it first thing next week if you are up for it. But yeah, I think we have to be fair, and Natalia was first, so let's do this. Ooh. Add and pod glitch. Cool. Let's do this. Glitch hop. Cool. So this is gonna be a good track to finish. It's going to be a bit of glitch hop from Natalia Dara. It's only 3 minutes, so we might be able to jump to something else, like just. But whoop. Okay, let's do this.
Pictures of a nice girl, tastefully done. For instance, if you went to like Rhinos or something and picked up a really ugly girl and you just thought, I'm just going to shag her, but I'd rather put a bag over her head. If you took a bottle of poppers, you'd definitely have a fucking lasting orgasm.
There you go. So we're back. And yeah, cool sounds, analog feeling, cool vibes. I think the mix needs a tweak. It's a little bit rough. But yeah, nice stuff. What, did you release that track already? or why would you say I'd get cancelled? Please don't send tracks that are released already, because I'm gonna get claims from Twitch, and yeah, well, that's not cool. So yeah, please, please don't give us released tracks. Yeah, yeah. If it's released, like, there's no point in reviewing it. Okay, so tell us what you think, man, Vikrant, amigo.
Amigo, I enjoyed it actually.
That's cool,
The
huh?
track, but it's a cool track. The kick and the 808s, it didn't do it for me, to be honest. There was something lacking in the 808s, and yeah, the mix was a little all over the place.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just because I've heard some really killer glitch hop otherwise, and when I try to do a perspective, yes, a lot of work needs to be done here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's rough. I think it's not like the usual glitch hop kind of stuff,
yes.
yeah?
Yeah,
But
it
I like
sounded
it.
rough.
But I like it, the melody is cool, it's very flowy, it's super old schooly.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah,
kick is too weak versus one bass line. One of the other bass lines is a little bit like too weak, actually. It's just like a fart, and it doesn't really bass. I don't know. Some of the synths, I would control a little bit more the peaks, like I would control a little bit more like up to which point they're like reaching on the spectrum. So yeah, a little bit more control overall. That's why I think.
and I think she's using a lot of analog stuff.
Arturia.
So it's important to see the signal is not too hot when you're recording your analog sounds. That is also you need to take care of.
Yeah.
Don't make it too hot.
Yeah, exactly. Don't make it too hot. And also, it's, like Panoskal. Nice. Panoskal, he's saying, like, he'd like some thump for the kicks. Which is, that's probably a good idea. It was a little bit too deep, maybe. And, like, because of the sub of the bass, like, the big subby bass is, like, so subby. It kind of removes the, that thump, that cool kind of like warm lump of the kick that you want. I was gonna say something else and I forgot. Shit.
And also, guys, I cannot emphasize more. Keep referencing your mixes, please. Refer as much as you can. That would really give you a perspective.
Yeah, referencing is really, really important.
It's the most important thing, I think, for me at least. Works for me.
Yeah, and especially when you're learning your acoustics, when you're learning your speakers, which is like, you can. I've had my PMC speakers for, what do you think, like 14 years? I'm barely getting used to like full range, working with full range, and like just listening to bass and like actually measuring bass and how much you want from the bass, how much you want from the sub. It's like, it takes some time, man. Like, it takes some time to break through them. Like, with my near fields was way more straightforward. You get like a really clean, way forward sound, right? But like when you get like full range, or like when you're like really getting used to your acoustic space, it can take ages. Oh, shit. Our Discord is flaky. Okay, let me just close some stuff here. This should like at least help.
It's back again.
Yeah, we're back here. Sorry, man.
Yeah, we're back again.
I need to sort out my setup, but yeah, we're back, and well, this is it for today, guys. I hope. Oh, you paid? It's JK. Last one. Okay, cool. I paid. Okay, man. Come on, let's do this, man.
Let's do it. Come on, man. Let's do it.
You're a good lad, man. Even if you don't pay, you're a good lad. But what user firms do you have? What do you mean user midfields? Oh, okay. I have PMC, AB1. Those are no, he I'm not sure. He probably subscribed, but yeah, like I have PMC. The model is AB1, so they're passive, and my amp. That's what I was doing earlier in the stream. Yeah, I want to explain this before we go. So my amp was fuming. Yeah, it was just smoking the other day. Like I turned it on, it was working fine, and then at some point it just like stopped doing sound, and then I just turned around to like what happened, and the power switch was like. Psh, I was like shit. So I just turned it off. I disconnected it. I was like, crap. Like I just broke my studio. So I sent the amp for service to a professional because I mean I can open it and probably fix a switch or like stuff, but like I don't want some DC to going through my speakers. So in the end I sent it to a professional. It was only the power switch, and he sent it back 1 day later. Yeah, PMC AB1, and I have near fields. There are Elises, the really old school M1 MK2. But yeah, those PMCs are really nice. They're like about yay size. They're like pretty big.
Wow.
Yeah, they sound really good. Not three-way, but good full range. But it takes some time to adapt to that. So wait, we got 4 strings into the night. SJK Project bootleg remix. Oh my god, let's see. This sounds more crazy than what I expected from you, man. Come on, let's do this. 1, 2, and boom. Cool. I even felt a little bit on ecstasy there. You know, it was like proper flashback to like a warehouse. You know, like oh, fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun. I like it. I really like it.
It's like an amateur old Eric Prydz.
Yeah, man. I think it's pretty cool. Exactly like 2000s kind of like trance vibe. Kick is way too loud, I think. Well, not too loud, but too bassy. A little bit, like a couple of dBs too much. In the near fields, it sounds fine. It sounds totally fine. But on the far fields, on the midfields, it sounds a bit hollow. Like it could have more punch and less sub.
Yeah.
But I like the melodies. I like the sounds. They're really like full sound. It feels like you're using like proper synths there. So yeah, congratulations there. Great stuff.
There was no chaos in the music, so it was good to the ears.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's clear, and that's why we like that.
Yeah.
That's why I think like music should be clear, and that's what we're trying to say when you say that, when we were telling you like just use 2 or 3 sounds and make them sound right. Like that is exactly what we mean. Like this is just 2 or 3 sounds on the whole track. And a few pads that are like behind it, and it sounds like a track. It sounds like full track. Obviously, it's not psytrance. Like you wouldn't dare to do that with psytrance, or you'll be like,
No way.
You'll be, kicked out of the studio. But but it's cool, man. Yeah, really cool. Keep doing this. Yeah, keep doing this melodic stuff. I think like mixing, like Vikrant said, it's always an issue. Like mixing is always a thing that you have to keep doing and keep reminding yourself why you're doing it. Because it's so tedious, but it's important. It's very, very important. I think in this kick, if you want to keep that kick, I would suggest just compress the fuck out of it. Like just really compress it. Like with say, if your kick is about 200 milliseconds, 250 milliseconds roughly. Let's say you compress after 70 milliseconds or 60 milliseconds and get some good ratio on it, like 5:1 or something, and then you'll get the end of the kick being compressed, and then you'll get the punch of the kick out. Like you'll get through more of the punch of the kick without losing so much the pressure, like you would with an equalizer or with like just boosting. What you want to do is compress a little bit this bit, so this lump here like kind of jumps a little bit more, and that's going to help a lot. Like, and most of you guys that are like making tracks that feel that it's a bit fluffy and you can't really reach that level of like in your faceness, try that. Try a little bit of compression on the kick and bass. It makes wonders. So yeah, well, that is all for today. If you want to say some last words, bring it. Bring it, Vikrant. Yes, your turn.
Come again. I couldn't get what you said, the last thing.
Yeah, sorry, man. If you want to say some words, say goodbye to our crowd.
Man, yeah, really thank you guys for sharing your music first of all, and giving us this chance to even like comment on it. It's not like we are on top of the line producer or something, but I guess we have a little bit more experience, so we could do that. So thank you, Mr. Tron, for having me today on this channel. It's lovely, amazing to see you again.
Oh man, come on, it's my pleasure. Thank you very much for showing up and
Yes.
for blasting with us here today or tonight in your case.
Yes.
But yeah, man, I hope we can run it back sometime soon. Let's just maybe when you have something to share with us or whatever, just let me know. Or if I have the
we can do some Ableton tutorials for you, for the boys if they want. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
great,
game for it.
That'd be really great. Let's talk about it more in the near future. Like maybe when the stream finishes, and maybe we can do something like that. Like maybe we can make some streams of just production. Like 1 hour of like tips and tricks and stuff like that at some other point.
Yeah.
maybe at some other time, you know, like so yeah, that'd be a pretty cool thing to do. Nice idea, man. Kila. So, well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and join us next Friday, same time, same channel. Kila. See you guys soon.
Thank you, boys and girls. Thanks.
Say ya, guys. Bye.